What's up, guys? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Are you feeling like a kid at Christmas? It feels like Christmas Eve because tomorrow, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, pray for some rain out in California and the West Coast because they need some help bad. The wildfires are terrible. Thoughts and prayers for everybody out there. But tomorrow, if the air quality is good enough, now the air quality's got to be below 200. Right now it's like 170, so hopefully it doesn't get any worse. They'll play our game. And for me, I feel like a kid at Christmas. This feels like Christmas Eve. I've been waiting, and 2020 has been so awful. It's been hard to have something to look forward to, but now we have football to look forward to. So this morning, when I was seasoning up my pork shoulders, I did a video because people say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? Well, I'm showing you exactly what I do for my pulled pork and how I do it. So there's a video before this. If you didn't see it, go back to see it if you want to learn exactly what I do. And hopefully these come out right because I do one take on these things, and win, lose, or draw, it's going out there. So I seasoned them up. I ended up doing my rub. I have a sweet taste that I like. I like sweet and spicy. I like a little kick, but I like sweetness. And so I use, you just watch the other video. You'll see what I put on and stuff. So I'm getting ready to start smoking them. And this is the thing about pulled pork. If you think that, I'm going to get some pork and I'm going to have it ready in an hour or two, it's not going to happen. Just don't even start. Just go buy some pulled pork, okay? Because you don't know what you're doing. I had people today say, because I put mustard on before I put my rub on. So I had a person say, use ketchup because it'll help with the sweet taste. The mustard helps to tenderize the meat, helps to break down the fibers, helps the rub to stick onto it a little bit more. At least that's my belief. And this is the way I do it. If you don't like it, hey, that's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Everybody's got their own way of doing things. Now, I've started up my smoker here, okay? And I know some people are going to be out there. They're already tuning off because it's a propane smoker. But hey, hold up. Because over here, I got some wood and I got my charcoal because that's going to go in here. The thing that's great about having a propane smoker, one, look at the size of the sucker, okay? Look at the space in there. I cooked 12 pork shoulders in this sucker, 12 pork shoulders in this thing last year for the Redskin tailgate. And I don't remember having anybody say, oh, hell no. We don't want none because it was cooked in a propane smoker. So here's what we do here. This tray, it's actually over here. It's about so big. You can put wood chips on there and it'll help to smoke it so you get that smoky taste. But what I do is I take it a step further. I actually take lump oak charcoal like this, okay? Because this will get flavor, get heat and everything else, and it'll stay hot. And then I put my wood chips and stuff on top of it. So I get a couple of chunks and put on there, and they'll last for about 3 hours or so. And what you can do is you get wood chips. If you need like a little, start slowing down, put some of the wood chips, not the blocks, the big chunks, on there. They'll start smoking immediately and help make more coals. So we're getting those coals and that smoke in there together, okay? Now, one other thing I want you to do too, if you're like me, let me show you what I do. In my wash, that's the drip pan, okay? You need to put water in there, or you can put apple juice. Some people like apple juice. Apple juice is not bad, but instead of doing apple juice, this is what I like to do. I like to put apples in here because what happens is the apples will basically simmer in that water and they'll end up giving that apple flavor up into it, and it'll put more moisture into the meat, keeping the meat from being dried out. I'm telling you, it helps. So let me get my smoker over here, okay? Hopefully I'm not going to show any crack or anything. Now you'll notice, I've got this. Here's what's crazy about the smoker. This thing, I love it, except it's got one problem. It's got a thermostat in there. See, this is the great thing about having propane. When you set it at 225, it stays at 225. But the way this thing works is it has a dial on it. You push it in, hit the igniter, and after about 30 seconds, it's supposed to stay lit. but I think it's a flaw in the system itself because it doesn't stay lit. You can play with the thermal coupling a little bit. Sometimes you get in just the right spot and it'll stay lit. But what I found out is if I put the clamp on there, I got to set the right temperature stuff, it stays lit. And what'll happen is, and this is what's great because, you know, I can be out here in the middle of winter, it's going to realize it's kind of cold out there and it'll put more heat up on there so that flame will go up. But if it ends up being real hot, it'll come down. So it'll constantly keep that temperature right where you want it. And that's why I put those coals in there. The amazing thing, check this out. See that one tank right there? I can do like 30 hours. 30 hours on that one tank smoking. It's pretty good. The box itself, it's insulated, and I got a window in there so I can look in and check out the pork. So let's get our washer stuff in there. It's actually, listen, it's actually already been on for a while, just getting the whole box heated up. And I opened up the wrong door. I haven't done this since, it's been a while since I smoked something. So bear with me. Okay, there we go. Drop in my apples. Yeah, okay. All right. So I got that warming up right now and that's simmering. Next step. This is where it gets to be fun. A couple years back, I actually bought this. And you can see this has been well used. I don't know exactly how it works. It's electric, but it's like a hair dryer on steroids. Don't use it on your hair. Don't use it on your hair. But you put it on the low speed and you stick it in your charcoal or your wood, like so. And then once it starts to heat up, then you put it on the other speed. The other speed gets the fan really going. And it's crazy because within like 5 minutes, you've got true coals. I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing in the world because you're not using lighter fluid for your charcoal. Don't use your lighter fluid because that gets into the taste of the meat. It's just not the thing to do. But you can just kind of watch that. Now, while we're watching that, I'm gonna move you over here just a little bit. There's one other thing that you need to do. Here's the star of the show. And this is the first time I've looked at them since this morning's video. They've been in the fridge. Now, what you'll notice, here's what you'll notice. Look, besides the fire going, see the fire? Fire, we got fire! And I don't know why, I don't know if it has something to do with the mustard, but you see all this liquid that's come off of the pork. You can see that our rub has kind of turned to a glaze. So what I do is I just take a little bit more of our rub and I'll just put a little coat just on top of it. This is going to become a very sweet bark on it. And the bark, if you don't know, it looks like it's burnt, but what it is it's actually locking in the flavor that's in there. It's locking in the juices and stuff. So you get that smoke layer that's on the outside. It burns it, crusts it, but the stuff inside is golden. But the bark is really good too. The bark, oh my God. It's kind of like sweet, spicy burnt beef jerky. You don't want to throw that away either. So, and the other thing, take them out of the refrigerator for about a half an hour before you put it into the smoker, letting it get closer to room temperature. Okay? You got that now? Now let's check on, look. I ain't touched it. You see that? Look at that. That's fire. So now it really bumps it up. So you get your bigger chunks of wood that'll smolder in there real good. But then when you just need like a little extra quick smoke, you got like these little shavings that you throw on there. Now give you quick smoke. But we're gonna let this get to the point of it being like cold, you know, so it burns down, it'll get nice and red and everything else. And then I'll put a couple more pieces of wood on top of it in the smoker and it'll start smoking real good. this is going to be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this part of the video, and then tonight, as I'm going through and adding wood, I'll do some more parts of the video. Hopefully there'll be enough light because it'll be dark. Look at that. Look at that. You see it? You see it? That's smoke. That's smoke. That's what you want. That's wood. And that's charcoal. Ooh, see, it's nice and hot. Yeah, that makes my life easy. All right, so we're gonna sprinkle when I get ready to put these pork shoulders in. As soon as we get the smoking going, we're gonna make sure we have enough of our dry rub. Woo, boy. Are you getting hungry yet? Okay. All right. My wood's good. That's what she said. And look at that. You see? See what I got right there? Boom. Now, the reason I do it like this is the charcoal is nice and hot, and I can just keep adding a couple more pieces of wood into it to get a little more smoke. Looks like they cheated me a bit on the wood, got more like pieces of bark. See that good smoke right there? That's what I'm talking about. So we're just gonna let that warm up just another little minute, and what we're gonna have to do is just hurry up and wait from this point on. It's literally hurry up and wait, because you can't rush it. Now, one other thing I have that I like, although this is a new one, I messed up and left my other one out in the rain, and it can't stand the rain. But this is a temperature probe. So I got two of them, which is good. The only thing is I wish it was a little bit longer to have a little bit more. That'll be okay. The good thing with this one is it's Bluetooth or it's Wi-Fi or whatever. It's a radio. So this can be inside and you can have the alarm set on it. The bad thing is the target temperature only goes up to 180. And I actually like to get mine at 190, but you know, we'll know when it's close. And it's one of those things you kind of get used to a feel for it as well. You kind of know when it's, you know when you've done it, you know. You just, you know. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to get these guys put in. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Okay, so you non-propane guys, you do see that smoke, right? You see the smoke? You do see the smoke, right? All right. It's time. Open the dough. You see that smoke? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. One last look. It's just the beginning. And let's see what our starting temperature is. 45 degrees. Now, the interesting thing when you're doing pulled pork, you will get to like 150 degrees like real quick. I mean, in comparison, okay? Because this is gonna be, if I'm lucky, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tomorrow, maybe, just maybe, no guarantee. Sometimes it takes 10 hours, sometimes it, last ones I did, I think took me 18. That first like 140, 150 degree temperature, boom, happens in like 3 or 4 hours. You're thinking, oh yeah, it's good. But from like 150 to 190, dude, you better make sure you got a case of Natter Days. And all you propane haters, you see that, right? You see the smoke coming out of my propane smoker. It's not propane smoke. That's wood smoke. And damn if it don't smell good already. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, what we'll do, don't worry, this is gonna be like a 4-part series here. 4 parts, all right? This is number 2. And don't think about Odell Beckham Jr. We're not thinking about Odell. But this is part number 2. And haters, look, you see that, right? See, this is why I love the smoker. Not only do you see the smoke, you can see the pork shoulders. I'm just gonna leave this here for a real quick second while I go wash my hands. And make sure you use hot water and antibacterial soap, and make sure you scrub at least 30 seconds, okay? We ain't trying to get nobody sick. We ain't trying to pass the coronavirus. We trying to do it right. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow. And no, that's not a booger, okay? That's a gray hair. It's a gray hair that's standing up saying, hi, I'm a gray hair. You're old. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Tomorrow. Woo. Next thing we got to do, we got to make our little coleslaw. And it's a recipe from my mama. And it's a sweet freezer slaw, because you can make a big batch of this and put it in bags, put it in freezer. That's why they call it freezer slaw. But it's water, it's water, vinegar, and sugar is the base. You end up putting that on. But one of the things we do with the cabbage is we actually will do it in like a saltwater brine for several hours, because that pulls the moisture out and it keeps it crispy. We put in some jalapeno peppers in with it too. Yeah, sweet and kick. Just remember, sweet and kick. You like that, oh, that's sweet, bam, and you get that hot taste. I'm Mark Holmes. I hope you're enjoying the smoke. I bet I could just put a camera out here and just do a live stream of that, couldn't I? Just watching the barbecue. Peace.